Konnichiwa. Today I'm reading the story I Live in Tokyo by Mari Kobayashi. I live in Tokyo. It says irashaimase, which is welcome. I am first. And then department store workers welcome the first shoppers of the day. I live in Tokyo. We hang the futon outside on sunny days. That's the mattress. Many women go shopping by bicycle. And they've got 2 children on the bike. The futon closet, called oshire, is a good hideout when we play hide and seek. Nice big cupboard. We chat with visitors in the genkan, or the entrance hall. That's where people take off their shoes before they come in the house. I live in the city of Tokyo in Japan. The area of the city with many restaurants and shops is called Ginza. The super gigantic buildings around Shinjuku, Tokyo. Akihabara is the electronics shopping district. And this is the Royal Palace. Japan is an Asian country on a group of islands in the Pacific Ocean. Tokyo is the capital. My parents live in Kobe. My name is Mimiko, and I am 7 years old. Kenta, my little brother, is 5. We live with our parents in downtown Tokyo in a small house on a street with many neighbors. And this is Ichigatsu, or January, the first month. These are Nengajo, or New Year's greeting cards. This is ozoni, a soup made with sweet rice cakes and vegetables. This is osechi ryori, sweet and salty side dishes. They put them in a special box for New Year. And this is otoshi dama, New Year's gift money given to children in these cute little envelopes. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Happy New Year! I love Oshogatsu, the New Year celebration. I can eat all the tasty food I want, and my parents don't ask me if I did my homework. After brunch, we go to the Shinto shrine for the first visit of the year. This is kagami mochi, specially decorated rice cakes. This is hagoita, a wooden racket for Japanese badminton. Eto is Japanese zodiac based on the 12 animals. My mother is a master of shodo, or calligraphy. It is said that January 2nd is perfect for writing, so we spread newspaper all over the tatami room to protect the mats from the ink. I write yume, which means dream. Shodo makes me feel calm. This is Nigatsu, or February, the 2nd month. The day before the first day of spring, February 3rd, is called Setsubun. We pretend to drive out misfortune by throwing handfuls of dried soybeans to the demon called Oni. My father puts on the Oni mask, and Kenta and I shout, "Out with the ogre! In with the happiness!" My father is a very funny Oni. On Valentine's Day, girls give chocolates to boys. I buy many chocolates and give them to my teacher, my father, and the boys I know. This year, my father gets more chocolates than my brother. He looks really happy. I give chocolates to my classmate, from a secretary to her boss, from mum to dad, from a business person to a client, to my daddy, to the gymnastics teacher, he's popular, from mummy to Kenta, from Kenta's friend to Kenta, from a girlfriend to her boyfriend. And this is March, or Sangatsu, the 3rd month. On March the 3rd, we have a festival called Hina Matsuri, the Dolls Festival, to pray for young girls' growth and happiness. My father gave me a Hina Ningyo set when I was born, and each year my mother decorates the dolls a few weeks before the day. This year we visit my grandparents' house for dinner. We eat chirashi sushi and clam soup, as we do every year. My grandmother's homemade sushi is the best. It's a special night. So this is the chirashi sushi, rice with vegetables or fish. This is suimono, or clam soup. This is amazake, a special drink for children. And hina arare, sweet rice crackers, and they're pink and green and white. This is April, Shigatsu, or the 4th month. I start 2nd grade this April. My new teacher, Yamada Sensei, is kind. Kenta, a kindergartner, is in school for the first time. I wear a special hat and Kenta wears a cute uniform. Kenta brings a bento box for lunch, but I eat in the cafeteria. My textbooks, notebooks, paper for essays, a bento box, the school lunch, a bag for my gym uniform, and randoseru is the red leather knapsack for books. In class, we study Japanese writing. Kanji are Chinese characters based on pictures that are used in Japanese writing. There are hundreds of characters to learn, and the teacher tests us every day. Sometimes it's tough. The kanji in Kenta's name means healthy and big. The kanji in Mimiko means beautiful. So this is the kanji for mother. You can see how there's a mother and it sort of changes a bit until it takes this shape. So the kanji for bird was a bird, changes, and now this is how they write bird. Here's a picture of a tree, changes a bit, and that's the kanji for tree. Mountain, river, fire, mouth, eye, fish, sun, and this is Mimiko's name, Mimiko, and this is Kenta, her brother. Here we have May, Gogatsu, the 5th month. May 5th is Tango no Seku, Boys Festival, a day honouring little boys. We fly carp streamers in our garden and display samurai warrior dolls in our living room. My top 10 favourite meals. Number 1, curry rice. Number 2, tempura, deep fried vegetables and shrimp. This is a Japanese style apron. Number 3 is omelette rice. Number 4 is a hamburger. Number 5 is yakitori, that's grilled chicken on skewers. Number 6 is yakizakana, or grilled fish. Number 7, oden, that's a fish cake stew. Number 8 is nimono, or simmered vegetables. Number 9 is katsudon, or pork cutlet bowl. And 10 is sukiyaki, beef and vegetable stew. This is June, or Rokugatsu, the 6th month. My grandmother is a master of sado, the tea ceremony. She has a tea ceremony room in her house next to a beautiful Japanese garden. My family is invited to the tea ceremony several times a year. My grandmother says this is a precious time for her because she can relax, but the long ceremony gets boring and my feet fall asleep. We try not to gobble the fancy and delicious wagashi cakes. These are all the wagashi cakes. They're made in different shapes to represent different flowers in the different seasons. And now this is July, Shichigatsu, or the 7th month. The temple in our neighborhood has a special fair, or enichi, in July. Vendors come to the temple with cotton candy, or we call it fairy floss, fried noodles, barbecued corn, balloons and masks. We fish for goldfish and win prizes. So much fun! At the Bon Festival, there is an area where everyone dances, old and young, men and women. Even Kenta and I start dancing when we hear the Bon Odori dance music. They dance around in a circle. August, Hachigatsu, the 8th month. In August, we visit my grandparents in the country. We take the Shinkansen, the bullet train, one of the fastest trains in the world. I play for hours with our cousins, fishing, climbing trees, finding bugs. One night we have fireworks and even my grandfather comes outside to watch. September, Kugatsu, the 9th month. A special day is my cousin Michiko's wedding, which was planned for a lucky day on the Japanese calendar. She wears a traditional kimono, then changes into a wedding dress. She's so beautiful. So here she's wearing traditional clothes and the groom is wearing traditional clothes. And then afterwards they have a party and they change their clothes. So they're wearing clothes like we wear for a wedding, a white dress and a black suit. Every day after school, I walk home with my friend Yoko-chan because we are neighbors. She often comes to my house with me. We play dolls, we do origami, or we watch TV. October, Jugatsu, the 10th month. On a nice day in October, my school has a field day called Undokai. The classes split up into teams and compete against each other. This year our class is on the red team. I am in the obstacle race and I come in second. I also join the tug of war. Lots of different games they play there. There's a huge ball they have to roll across. There's these high buckets they have to throw balls inside. Here they're climbing underneath a net. Tug of war, lots of different games. November, Ju-ichi-gatsu, the 11th month. November 15 is Shichi-go-san. Boys who are 3 and 5 years old and girls who are 3 and 7 put on kimonos and go to the shrine to pray for children's growth. The kimono makes me feel like a princess, but after a while it gets uncomfortable. I can't run and the obi around my belly starts to itch. And this is how you put on a kimono. There's lots of steps. So you have special plain clothes underneath and an underlayer kimono, and then you wrap the kimono, the left side first and then the right side. Then you put on a belt around the waist, and then you put the long fancy obi and you have to tie it really nicely in a bow. And then they have another little red sash that gets tucked into the obi, and they tie a little cord across the front like that. And finally you're ready. December, Ju-ni-gatsu, the 12th month. Toji is the first day of winter around December 22nd. we take a bath with yuzu oranges. The yuzu bath makes our bodies warm and smooth. There's the oranges in the water. Every year my mother bakes a Christmas cake and we decorate a Christmas tree. Even though we don't celebrate this holiday, it's still a fun tradition. You just have a little Christmas tree. On New Year's Eve, the hair salons are crowded with women who will wear a kimono the next day. Omisoka, New Year's Eve, is clean-up day. Then my mother lets us stay up to watch TV while she cooks special noodles at midnight. After we hear Joya no Kane, the New Year's Eve bells, we go to bed. It has been a wonderful year. And that's the end of the story. It talks about the months of the year and some words in Japanese. It says Mari Kobayashi was born in Tokyo, Japan. She now lives in New York with her husband and their 2 children. And that's the end of the story.